So, I'm Tanja Ritterbex, and I studied at the Academy of Fine Arts and Design in Maastricht at the direction Autonomous Fine Art. At this slide, we see my studio. Here I just came back from a study period in Spain, on the Universidad de Bellas Artes in Salamanca. These portraits are from people I've met over there. I went to Spain because I was curious about the value of classical education. In Maastricht, they don't care about correct anatomical drawing, but in Spain, they do. For instance, I had to paint an imitation of Rembrandt. First I thought, what nonsense. But after all, you learn something about light and composition. But still, I was quite happy to be in Maastricht again, because there I could develop my own ideas, thinking and dreaming again. I've also worked a period on the Caribbean, Curaçao, where I've helped on the artist in residence run by artist David Bade, which called Instituto Buena Vista. After my studies, I started renting a studio in Maastricht. But what is it? What I do? What I make? I make sculptures and paintings. I get my inspiration from the street, from my diary combined with my not everyday fantasy. For instance, self-portraits combining with bearded men, as we see in this slide. Most of the time, I present my work in an installation. Here we see an installation with work from several artists. The project was organized by Huis voor de Kunst te Limburg. All the artists live and work together during 1 week in Prum, Germany. For me, it's important that in an installation, sculptures, movies and paintings become a unit. As I like to show you at this slide from my solo exhibition, Welcome at the Princess Party at Oudepark te Van Rij. I wanted the visitor to see my dream world from the inside. The sound of the fountain, the grating stones underneath your feet, and the hazy strange effects from the lights had to give them a total view of a dream world. It's odd, but you will feel at home between the works. But who look closer sees another side of the candy street reality. And that's what my work is about, the second layer underneath colorful sweetness. For example, I've made this huge bed. First I thought, a cozy bed. But it fascinates me that during making this artwork, the cozy bed changed into a weird coffin. Nothing is what it seems. My work, International Language, shows two people who are in love. They don't speak each other's language. They drink with a straw from a can. Maybe it's petrol they drink. But sometimes you do strange things when you are in love. I did a painting and a sculpture on this subject. Perhaps it looks humorous, decorative and colorful, but it's not my aim to please. Its tempting appearance is mainly a way to alert the public. I hope the work also asks for questions. These questions are related to the effect of the artwork. Its function is to give a feeling to step into another world. It also fascinates me how to see women can bring themselves in the most difficult positions only to look good. This painting, we see a row of women in an athletic position shaving their legs. I want the viewer to take note of aspects such as beauty and ugliness. This painting called Women Sleep Like Beasts is about a drunk woman who falls asleep with her clothes on. My work is about doing, working with my hands. During the production process, I'm fascinated by the most intense pigments in polyurethane foam, glitter on canvas or polyester and sand. This is my studio, right now in Maastricht. As you can see, it's a real chaos, but a chaos of life. Only then I can get my ideas. My latest project is called Luchtjes scheppen, catch a breath. By limiting myself, for instance, not to paint the entire canvas, I get fascinated by other layers in the paint. This is a painting from a series of 11 paintings called Time Will Sell. The whole canvas is filled with paint. You can see many details. On the next painting, we see Met de moedermelk inzuigen. If you have a closer look at the previous canvas, you can see it's a detail from it. I enlarge the detail and give it breadth. That's why I call this series Catch a Breath. The images are about poverty and wealth, sex and motherly love. I love to paint details. The Barbie logo floating in a world where it doesn't belong, and abstract surfaces are shadows. The maximum freedom that I have are sweet images combined with the second layer, Baroque horror scenes. Here I can find unlimited possibilities. Besides this, I'm busy with the question, how can I make the viewer aware of my sweet or not that sweet world? Is it the shape that seduces or the content that makes a lasting impression? Then I try to confront deeper layers in my work. For example, the theme religion and art. This work called Save the Holy Goblin. Red de heilige kabouter. People believe in something. That's what religion is. But I think to believe in a goblin, it's just like that. As basic material, I use polyester, wood or ceramics. But I'm also inspired by everyday objects. This square block of wood represents the horse from the sculpture, a prince on a white horse. I'm looking for the space between fairy tales and reality. The viewer experience the one or the other, or is he just in between? On this painting, we see a rich woman wearing Gucci shoes and a Prada bag. She's in New York, and she's lonely. Next to making art, I'm working on a project for the foundation, Union by Fiction, and my dream for the future is to have a huge studio and to find a gallery who is helping to promote my work. Well, I think you will hear from me in future. New exhibitions are upcoming. I hope you got excited and enjoyed my Pachacucha. Thank you!